Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. The crowd making their presence felt. This is third down. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. And this ball incomplete on third down. The Commanders set to kick this one away. Important punt here in this tie game late. And he'll get something there on the return, able to take this back to the 20-yard line. Now, following the punt return, we have an injured player on the field. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap and a give to White. To the 45. Rashad White. And they're not going to run him down. He goes all the way. 80 yards. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. That's his 3rd touchdown of the game, and it adds up to 16 now on the season. On comes McLaughlin to add the PAT. He gets it to go, and the Bucs will go up by 7.
Chase McLaughlin, the kickoff for the Buccaneers.
So the lead is 7 now. Here in this 4th quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. This offense and their running back heading back on the field. And as we look at the highlights, you see it's been tough to stop him here today. Couple of touchdowns in this ball game. He has, without a doubt, been the driving force in this offense so far. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. His drive will start on the ground. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up, I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
They'll stay on the ground. Not a whole lot there as he'll get to midfield, and that's all. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. A quick slant on the money to McLaurin. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. Here is a big one. 3rd down and 2. Now they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. John Dotson was the intended receiver there. And that's going to lead to a 4th down.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Taken in by Dotson. And it's going to be a Commanders 1st down. They find a way to convert on 4th and 10.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
Ben Sinnott was the intended receiver. And that will lead to a 2nd down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down? That's one of those plays where you come off the field, Mike, and you're getting a lot of high fives. Hey, good job. But then that secondary's coach pulls you over to the side and says, hey, nice play. But next time, let's come away with the pick.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. In motion comes Pittman. They'll look to set up the screen here. And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line. A gain there of 21. 1st down, Washington.
Okay, so now you pick up that 1st down, Mike, but now there needs to be a sense of urgency. You know you need to score twice. So this one, ideally for the offense, results in a touchdown. But either way, this first score of the 2 needed needs to be fast because you need every possession you can here late in the 4th quarter.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. to throw. He pulls it in around the 5. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
And he's not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose yardage. They push him backwards.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Second and goal. He'll try to run this one in. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal. They'll drop to throw. Oh, and a pressure there. He can't get a throw away, and he's taken down.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection.
Here we go. The noise is deafening. It's 4th and goal. And it's a touchdown. They have gotten to within 1, and a 2-point conversion can give them the lead here in the final minute.
All right, so Mike, now the interesting thing is, do you want to take the lead with still enough time for your opponent to get the ball back to go to try to win it? I think I'm kicking the extra point here, tie the game. I don't want my opponent in a fast 2-minute mode to try to win this game in regulation. Now I'm playing for overtime.
So they're not. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The extra point is good. A big one as we are tied late in this football game. We are in the final minute of what is now a tie game as we are set for the kickoff. Here comes a return from the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been unquestionably the star of the show as they have just absolutely had no answer on the defensive side of the ball. This is 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw. He's going to air this one out. That one broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on first down, couldn't connect. It'll bring up second down. To throw is Mayfield. That's caught down the field. He's got McMillan. Now the Bucs will take their first timeout. Stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. They get 25 on that connection. Good for a Buccaneers first down. Throwing is Baker. And the rush gets there. Down he goes.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
Timeout here, Tampa Bay. That is their second. Clock stops with 33 seconds remaining. Now on second and long. Now Mayfield. And good work there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Rough sequence over these last couple plays. First down sack, second down big play attempt falls incomplete. And now to make matters worse, you got to operate in third and long on a defense that knows they can just pin their ears back and try to get after the quarterback.
Now a big third down. Here's White. The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds remaining on the clock. The Buccaneers getting their punter out there as he'll come on to kick for the fifth time here tonight. And this one's going to be down inside the 20-yard line. The Commanders' offense and Terry McLaurin heading out onto the field. We're all even. Fourth quarter, so every drive so important at this stage. And they'll start with 1st and 10. In motion comes Pittman. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And he'll have a Commander's first down as the tackle's made just shy of the 30. The motion man here is McClure. Looking to set up the screen there, but he decides not to force it, and it's incomplete.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. That's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. He'll look deep for Pittman.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this is one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
What about this crowd getting even louder before 3rd and 10? They'll look to throw. That's going to be incomplete, so no help there. And we're likely down to a final snap.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
He'll take this in back at the 16. That's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. So, overtime coming up, not a playoff game, so a quick reminder of the rules. Each team gets one possession unless the opening possession is a touchdown. Then it's game over. Any defensive score ends the game. Each team gets a couple of timeouts, and all replays come from upstairs. If the first OT ends in a tie, so does the game.
The kickoff for the Buccaneers.
Four quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. A safe kick taken at the 5. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin then. The Commanders' offense getting set to get back to work. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Back to the air once more on 2nd down. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
Now a 3rd and 2. Try to pick this one up on the ground. And that call will not get it done. The defense ready, stopping him behind the line of scrimmage. And it sets up 4th down.
This is one of those down and distances where the offense really could either run or pass, but give credit to the defense. They sold out to stop the run, and boy, were they right. They take them down for a loss.
The Commanders about to send this one away. And he's on for a big one here in overtime. Take it in, back at his own 12. And a nice return there. The offense not going to be backed up as much as they could have. Drive's going to start from beyond the 20. Now, following the punt return, we have an injured player on the field. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Now flags fly. Looked like someone got going early, and it's going to turn into 1st and 15.
Still first down.
Baker going to hand it to White. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. A tight end in motion now. A 2nd down throw from Mayfield. That one knocked away and incomplete.
I'm not sure there's any position on defense that's undergone as much of an evolution as the linebacker position. In the old days, they were the physical tone setters. They were the tacklers. But now, it's their ability to hold up in coverage, like you saw there, that allows you to keep those guys on the field for all 3 downs.
From the gun, it's Mayfield. Gets this one into the hands of his receiver, Godwin. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
Good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The visitors' offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Even though it doesn't result in a sack, when you dial up the right pressure at the right time, Mike, sometimes that's all it takes to lead to that incompletion. The timing is just a little off between the quarterback and his intended target, and the ball falls incomplete.
He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down. look to throw. He's got a man. It's McLaurin. His 11th grab of the game. And a first down.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. Here's a run going left.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. He'll drop to throw. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
It's pretty well read there defensively. Anytime you throw these quick passes to the wide receivers, you're looking to pick your gain up after the catch. So let's give credit to the defense. Rally and tackle in space and keep that to a pretty modest gain.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
So it's fourth down. They'll call on the punt team. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. Here's the Tampa Bay offense. They're going to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with first and 10. Now it's White. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the gain to nothing.
They'll try again here. Second and 10. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. That is caught by McMillan. And he's out of bounds, but they take it to the red zone. Inside the 20. A huge play there in overtime. The gain is 64.
They really showed off their connection on that pitch and catch, Mike, and just really good ball placement and really good separation downfield. And when those two things align, it's just really challenging for a defender to stay with them and take that play away.
Now a timeout here by Washington. That is their second.
A 35-yard attempt.
So we get to a pressure kick, and here's Chase McLaughlin. This one to win it in overtime. This kick is good. He got it. It took overtime, but they will walk off the field with the victory. So fire the cannon. It's a win for the Bucs. This is a close-fought game. They were able to get themselves into field goal range here at OT. Final kick sailed through the uprights to finally close out this victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Buccaneers get the win, as we say so long from Tampa.